talking with him. As Detective Hope showed up, I again asked Chad Daybell for Lori's phone number because I didn't believe that he did not know it. And at that time, he finally gave me Lori's phone number.
Did he give you a reason why he hadn't given it originally?
He said that he felt like I was accusing him of something, and that's why he didn't give it to me.
Okay. What did you do at this point in your investigation?
I broke contact with Mr. Daybell. He was able to drive off. And at that point, I called Lieutenant Ron Ball, and I told him that there was something going on with the whereabouts of JJ. Based on the deception, the way they looked at each other, their non-evasive answers, their lies, I felt there was something more going on. So I called Lieutenant Ball and had him grab a few detectives and come over to our location so we can figure out what was going on.
Okay. And did Lieutenant Ball show up?
He did.
What did you do after that?
He showed up with Detective Dave Stubbs, and at that time we went and knocked on apartment 175, which is Lori Vallow's residence.
Okay. Did anyone answer?
No, they didn't. He showed up with Detective Dave Stubbs, and at that time we went and knocked on apartment 175, which is Lori Vallow's residence.
Okay. Did anyone answer?
No, they didn't.
What did you do next?
We knocked on apartment 174 because through our investigation we knew that her niece, Melanie Boudreau, lived right next to her, and we didn't get an answer there either.
Okay. What did you do after that?
At that time, Lieutenant Ball instructed me to go to the prosecutor's office to obtain a search warrant for those residents while they stayed on scene to try to get a hold of Lori, Alex, or even Melanie Boudreau.
Why did you feel the need to get a warrant?
At that time, we felt that there was something more going on with the whereabouts of JJ, and we weren't getting any cooperation from Chad Daybell or Alex Cox at that time.
Okay. Did you get a warrant that day?
We did not.
How come?
On our way to the prosecutor's office, Detective Hope, with the phone number that Chad provided, called Lori, left her a message. She didn't answer her phone. And once we were at the prosecutor's office, Lori Vallow then returned the phone call from Detective Hope, and Detective Hope spoke with her on the phone.
Okay. Do you know what happened after that?
He was able to convince Lori to open the door. She stated she was home, and there were detectives outside that wanted to speak with her.
Are you aware if Detective Ball and Stubbs spoke with Lori Vallow that day?
They did.
Do you know if they had a body cam recording that conversation?
They did.
Have you seen that body cam?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Based on your collective investigation, what did you learn?
I learned that Lori Vallow had told Detective Hope. Correction.
Objection, Your Honor. He's going to go into hearsay evidence, saying what Detective Hope told her.
Okay. So, Detective Hermosillo, I asked if you were aware if there was a body cam recording of that conversation.
There was.
And did you watch that body cam?
I did.
Did you speak with Detective Ball and Stubbs about their encounter with Lori Vallow?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Is that a normal part of an investigation, to meet with other officers who are working the case?
Absolutely.
Okay. And is that something you regularly do in the course of an investigation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. based on your conversation and the video, what did you learn?
Lori Vallow told the detectives.
Objection, Your Honor. This is hearsay. Because he's learning it from, well, I guess I'm not going to do a speaking objection, but if we want to do a sidebar, I can.
Overrule that at this point. I haven't heard hearsay come out. Answer the questions.
Your Honor, if I could, will the court allow me to elaborate a little bit?
If you'd like to, have additional voir dire on your objection.
Okay. Well, I don't have any additional voir dire. Okay. Detective Hermosillo, are you basing your testimony on what you saw somebody else converse with the other detectives or the other officers?
I'm basing my testimony off what I saw on the video.
Okay. Judge, it's hearsay. It's somebody else speaking, and he's speaking for that person.
Brief sidebar with you. Under advisement, objection made by the defense that the question was eliciting an improper hearsay response, and it sustained an objection, so I ask you to answer the question this time.
Thank you. So, Detective Hermosillo, you did testify that you did watch body cam.
That's correct.
Okay. Based on what you saw, what next steps did you take in your investigation?
I contacted Detective Pillar with the Gilbert Police Department because we were unable to locate or substantiate where JJ was at that time. It was late evening and we still hadn't heard where JJ was at that time. At that time I had Detective Ryan Pillar get a hold of Melanie Gibb to see if JJ was with Melanie Gibb, and he was not with Melanie Gibb.
So you were not that evening able to substantiate the location of J.J. Vallow?
That's correct.
Okay. What did you do? What was the next step in your investigation?
The next step was the next morning, November 27th, 2019. We met at the prosecutor's office and obtained a search warrant for apartment 175, 174, and 107.
And what was the address of those locations again?
565 Pioneer, Rock Creek Townhomes.
Okay. Were you able to obtain those search warrants?
Yes, we were.
And did you search those apartments?
We did.
Okay, can you walk us through that? Which apartment did you search first?
We started with 175 first, which was Lori Vallow's apartment. When we initially went into apartment 175, they had to break down the front door, which was included in the search warrant. We went into apartment 175. There were couches, dishes in the sink, food in the pantry, food in the refrigerator. Upstairs there were beds, toiletries, everything that looked like someone had lived there, except for there were no clothes on the hangers. There were just empty hangers in all the closets. And so that caught our attention as well.
Were any people in there when you entered?
There was nobody in apartment 175, 174, and 107 was completely vacant.
Okay. So you didn't locate JJ in apartment 175?
No.
Okay. Did you find any evidence that JJ had been there?
Yes, there were some toys on the front step. Appeared to be little boy scooters, toys. There was a little boy suitcase under the stairwell in apartment 175. There was also an older prescription prescribed to J.J. Vallow of Risperidone that we located. But aside from that, there was nothing else.
Okay. Was there anything else of interest that you found in apartment 175?
There were several guns in the garage of 175. Several different Army-type knives.
Objection, relevance, Your Honor.
Several different empty magazines for various weapons. So there were things of that nature in the garage that caught our eye.
Okay. Did you search any other buildings that was in apartment 175, correct?
Correct.
And then you searched apartment 174?
Correct.
And who did apartment 174 belong to?
Melanie Boudreau, who is Lori's niece.
And did you find JJ there?
No,
Were any individuals present when you searched that apartment?
there was not.
Okay. And you may have already stated this, I'm sorry. Did you search apartment 107?
We did.
What did you find in apartment 107?
It was completely vacant.
Okay. Did you search any other buildings that day?
We did. In apartment 175 in the master bedroom, there was a rental agreement for a storage unit in Rexburg. And on that rental agreement had Lori Ryan as the tenant of the storage unit, with the storage unit number being C52. It gave the address, self-storage on Airport Road in Rexburg. So based on that information, we were able to obtain another search warrant for the storage unit.
Okay, and what did you find there?
In the storage unit, there were some children's bikes, some winter clothing. There was a personalized blanket with photographs of JJ and Tylee, Colby Ryan, the defendant, Miss Vallow. Just family photographs that they kind of had sewn onto a blanket.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to ask that the witness be handed what's been marked as State's Exhibit 7A through 7K. The court has a copy. The court has a copy already.